Well, there is no doubt AI is leading the way when it comes to the future of the modern age, but concerns are growing for its exponential speed of advancement and what this means against the human brain.
Just last week, global artificial intelligence company Anthropic raised their alarm bells, calling for a worldwide freeze on AI software development. So what does that all mean? And when do the digital giants start showing signs of concern like that? To tell us more, we're joined by futurist and trend forecaster Michael McQueen. Nice to see you, mate, as always. Anthropic, the parent company of AI assistant Claude, sounding the alarm bells. How do we interpret that? Do we need to be concerned?
Yeah, well, firstly, Claude are fairly widely regarded as the most ethical, the most principled of the AI companies. So when they say this, I'm like, we should really pay attention. But you've got this clamouring voices now. The Pope a few weeks ago saying the same thing, like we need to be very careful around how quickly this stuff develops. And so I think, yeah, certainly a level of concern right now. At the same time, you've got Mythos, which is the model that Anthropic have developed. They've basically said it is so powerful, they're not even going to release it to the public for a while yet. So they're saying, let's pause, but at the same time releasing cutting-edge things that are incredibly dangerous. So it's a very strange time in the world of AI right now.
It really is. Has the horse already bolted, though? When they say we should put a freeze on it, can you?
Well, short answer, no. Right. I mean, because the reality is, there's often this discussion, it's like an arms race in the nuclear era. It was that same sort of thing, but we had standards internationally around who could have weapons and who couldn't, how many weapons they could have. There's very little solid regulation internationally around this stuff. So the concern that I have is most of these AI companies don't even know how their models work. It's called the black box theory, this idea that they know the inputs go in, the neural network does stuff, and stuff comes out the other side. They don't really know how they work. So if the companies creating this don't know it, I think there's a level of concern. Do we need to take a few steps back, perhaps?
Wow. What are the pros and cons of this sort of global freeze on AI? Not that it can happen, like not everyone's going to be on board with this.
So let's say theoretically you could do it. The pros would be regulation catches up, I think, which would be a really smart thing, because it is the Wild West right now. And I say the Wild West deliberately because we know what's happening in the West. What's happening in other countries where we don't...
That's the fear,
Exactly.
isn't it?
We don't really know what's being developed and what sort of safety guardrails are in place. The other thing, there's a big gap, and I bet you're seeing this as well, there's a gap between where the tech companies are up to and where society's up to. A lot of young people, college campuses protesting AI in the last few weeks. And there's this disquiet that I think we need to be very mindful of. So are we racing ahead too quickly? So the pros would be give us a chance to actually get on top of that. The downsides would be, firstly, we've become so dependent on this, but also how do you enforce it?
But that can't happen. I mean, governments move so slowly. That sort of stuff happens. Like, it will take 3-5 years for anyone to talk properly about this happening, and then it's gone, right? Yeah,
well, I'm encouraged to see, in an Aussie context, we've got a thing called the AI Safety Institute, just been put together by the federal government, designed to have conversations with all of their counterparts globally to have some sense of what's happening, let's test it, let's have some regulation. Will it be enough?
It sounds not anything called the AI Institute doesn't sound like it's got legs to me.
Start though, at least.
ChatGPT shifting from a chatbot to what they're calling a super app. What does that mean?
Well, this is the great irony. We're talking about, do we pump the brakes? But then at the same time, we are on the verge of OpenAI, which has created ChatGPT, releasing like an operating system rather than just a chatbot. And the other one to watch is Apple. Apple have talked for a long while now around upgrading Siri. Siri's been pretty rubbish for a while now. If they can really make that sort of sing quite well, it's on so many of our devices. So certainly there are a lot of companies moving fast with this stuff. And I think as much as we want to pump the brakes, there's a lot of interesting stuff about to happen as well.
Only one person can save us, Keanu Reeves. I think we all know it's true. Wow, it's crazy stuff, isn't it?
It is.
The rise of the machine. Thank you, Michael.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks, Michael. Back after this.